Record. Hello. Let me share my screen so we can see the excuse me, the diversity and inclusion PowerPoint presentation that has been created. Give me 1 second, please. Yes. And let me do that. Okay, that works. Let me make it bigger so we can all see it. And let me go to slideshow from the beginning. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over this. Okay, this PowerPoint that I created, pillar number 4, diversity and equality, or in other words, it would be called diversity and inclusion. This is by me, Michael Harrington, ME, Masters of Education. Um, so So here's our agenda for this PowerPoint presentation. So a few things we're gonna do in this is we're gonna discuss the survey results, develop an action plan to help with parental outreach, find a system that will help you understand the different ethnic language, country of origin, religion, and economic difference within our school or our community, and things we would do to move forward so that our campus can become a place that values diversity and values inclusion, right? So that is one thing that we need to fix here on this campus. All right. And then, as you can see, here's a snapshot of Richmond Elementary and Richmond Independent School District. The school is 98% economically disadvantaged, which means majority of our students are low income with single parent households. As a whole, and same with Fort Bend County, we have a lot of different ethnic language, countries of origin, religion, and economic differences within our community as a whole, right? So we have a lot of different people that either migrated to the country and then migrated to Fort Bend County, all right, and there's many different things that we can do, and I'm going to talk about some of those in this video. Okay. So here are some of the top issues that I saw when I was going through the video. Okay. One thing is we don't understand the issues that the community faces, such as economic times, um, the different languages that we have in this community, the different types of races, ethnicities that we have in the county, and that's what we're gonna try to correct during during this, okay, for this school year, okay, okay, and then teachers and staff do not have sufficient knowledge about the issues that parents face outside of school related issues, related problems, or related items. Um, just different things that people outside of school, that the parents face outside of school. Okay. All right. And then teachers report feeling inadequate when asking parents for help. That is not limited to helping out on campus when we have like volunteer days, um, field trips, things like that. Even just basic supplies for the classroom. Um, and we're gonna, like I said earlier, we're gonna navigate how to do this effectively, right? We're gonna navigate how to do this, and we're gonna help you with this, okay? Because this is one thing we need to fix here is the diversity and inclusion here on this campus. So we're going to help you with that, okay? So when it comes to how we will help you with this, first thing we're going to do is professional developments. And what I mean by that is we are going to have in our August professional development when y'all come back to school, we're going to go over the different cultures and different ethnicities in this community. We will also be discussing just basic demographics that we have in this community because we need to make sure that we keep on top of that on this campus, right? So we need to make sure we're doing all those to our best knowledge, okay? Like I said, we're going to be talking about all the different things in the community, such as the different areas of economics in this community, the different jobs people can hold, the different businesses, different races, and all that other stuff. Seeing where people came from, and we're going to do that by inviting people on campus to maybe talk about where they came from. Um, and then I'm gonna go into further into this later on, having an open mind, understanding that not everybody has the same ways of thinking or beliefs in certain things, right? Some people might believe in this thing and you might believe in this thing. That's fine. That's what a community is, right? You have different races, different things inside one area, and that makes a community, right? So, this is important for you guys. This is really important for y'all because as teachers and staff, the first thing we need to understand is that there were different ethnic, language, country of origin, religion, and economic differences within our community. Religion's a big one, right? In the country and also the community. People don't believe in the same things, which is totally okay. That's part of that inclusion piece that I'm going to go into later on. All right. And then we also need to understand the economic differences that we have in our community, right? Like I said, this is a low income area that we are a part of. So, and we need to realize that. All right, we have some parents on here in this community that have two or three jobs. We have some parents on the community that, well, it's a single parent household. They only have a mom or they only have a dad. We need to understand that, right? And as we go on, I'm going to give you some pointers on how we can do that, okay? All right, and then you also need to understand the different cultures in our school, right? Again, like I said before, not everybody believes in the same thing, and that's totally okay, right? I've said that time and time and time and time and time again. It's an inclusion thing. We have to understand that that's okay and it's inclusion. We want to make sure everyone is included on our campus, including the parents, because they're our biggest ally when it comes to working with their student. All right. And then what can you do in the classroom? What can you do as a teacher? Okay. What you can do is you can incorporate different cultures into your lessons and even have students teach about their culture that they participate in, that they are in. And then we can also make sure we add that into the curriculum. Okay. And then as we go on, I'm going to be talking about that a little more. Also, you need to understand that all the classrooms in here are cross-cultural, which means you're going to have different cultures in every single area of this campus. In a classroom, you have around 22, 25, 20 students. They're all different. They all have different cultures. They all believe in different things. Guys, I'm saying this because we have a big cultural, we have a lot of different cultures on campus. We are highly diverse. And that is one thing that I saw in the survey that y'all took when I first arrived on this campus to help to to help fix, right? And that's one thing that we're going to try to do. We're going to try to make it better for everybody, okay? Okay. So what can we do as a school community? All right. Like I said, and as I keep saying, we must provide inclusion to all people within our community. Okay. And then, as you can see, I and the assistant principals here would like to have something called a culture night with different parents, with students, where community members, the owners of the businesses around here, the churches, everybody comes onto our campus and we learn from one another. We talk about it. We go over it. So people, us and the parents, the community members, the students, they learn about the different cultures that we have on our campus and in the community. Okay? So, and we're going to go into more details about that, but I would like to have a culture night within the first few weeks of school so that we can meet each other. We start to learn about the different cultures that are within our community. Okay. Next. Okay. How can we understand the community? Like I said, talking to small businesses and churches in the community. We have a lot of small businesses in this area. We really do. We have a lot of businesses, and we are fortunate to have that. One thing that you want to make sure you do is make sure that you go into those communities. Do you have to go into all of them? No. But go into some of them, okay? Learn about the businesses, learn about the people that own those businesses so they can better support y'all and you can support them, okay? And then, like I said, invite different people in our communities to talk about their experiences. Like I said with the culture night, have those people can come in, talk about their cultures, talk about the different things that they see as a race. Learn about the different, like for example, learn about the different holidays that they celebrate that we really don't know about, right? You want to make sure you get involved in that, okay? And then, of course, you want to invite the different businesses around here on different parent nights, such as cultural night. One thing I want to do on campus is I want to discuss and I want to help diversity and inclusion get stronger on this campus because we really struggle with that on this campus. And let's go ahead and just make it better for us and it makes it better for the students. I will also say invite people with different cultures and ethnicities and different things when you are teaching about the different cultures in your classroom, since that stuff is part of the teaks. You can invite those people. Just make sure you get the approval from administration. Make sure those people are clear to volunteer on campus. And we can go more into that if you want to invite people for your lessons so the students can learn about the different cultures. I would highly advise to do that. Okay? Highly advise it. Okay? Okay, so of course, a big thing that I saw is asking parents for help. Okay? So when it comes to asking parents for help, the first thing you want to make sure to understand is that the parents and y'all are a team, right? You want to make sure that those parents are your ally. Like I said before, you want to make sure that those parents are your ally, okay? You want to make sure of that because something might happen and you might have to call that parent. You want to make sure that they are your ally. So you just want to do all that, okay? All right, one of the first things I'm going to say is ask. Okay, you can ask questions about their culture. Okay, you need to keep an open mind about the different cultures that you see, right? That you hear about. Okay, we tell students all the time, have an open mind. Make sure your mind, make sure you understand the differences. I'm going to ask that from y'all. Make sure you keep an open mind about the differences that different people have. Because, like I said earlier, everybody has a different belief system, everybody believes in different things. You want to make sure that you understand that. And I'm going to keep harping on that. Make sure you understand that. And, like I said, next one, understand that everyone has different systems and beliefs. It is true. Okay? Everybody does. Everybody does. I'm not going to go into what I believe in, but I'm sure if you put me and you next to each other, we're going to have a different belief. We're going to believe in different things, right? And that goes with cultures, that goes with religion, that goes with everything from A to Z. Everybody will believe in something different. Everybody has different systems, okay? And then, like, make sure you listen to them for understanding. Okay, make sure you understand that comment. Make sure you get it. Okay, if you don't, ask follow up questions. Okay, and then one thing I am going to add that I did not put on this PowerPoint presentation was that, guys, let me explain something. I know we are in a technology driven world. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that not everybody is going to have a cell phone and not everybody is going to have an iPad or some type of tablet and not everybody's going to have a computer. One thing I would highly encourage you, and I'm just saying this because the people in this area don't have sometimes don't have all that stuff, right? They might not have social media, which we post on. They might not have a phone where you can call them or text them, send them a message on Class Dojo. They might not have that information. So one thing I would encourage you to do is if you want to talk to the parent and they have an active phone number, call them, talk to them, see what's happening. But if you want to give them an update on anything, please make sure you get a voice on how they would prefer to receive some communication from you and from the campus, right? If they don't have an email or they never check the email, which happens, make sure you know that, okay? If they want it in a paper copy, they want that stuff in a paper copy, send the paper copy, okay? When we send out our weekly newsletters here on campus and they want a paper copy, let us know, okay? Make sure you know their primary thing for communication, okay? Everybody has a phone number on their account. Everybody has an email address. That doesn't mean they check them, right? So make sure you have a good way to reach out to that parent. And if you need, of course, more help with that, ask us, ask administration, and we'll be more than happy to help you with this, okay? Are there any questions in regard to what we just went over? Okay? Remember, inclusion and diversity are highly important in this area and for every other area in the Houston Metroplex because we have a lot of different religions and other things here on campus and around our community. So we need to make sure we have an understanding of these different cultures and races that are around us. Okay? Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to working with every single one of you. Thank you so much.